Everyone's been seeing the headlines. Epstein files released. Then the internet exploded with claims about human sacrifices, eating babies, and unspeakable rituals. So let's slow down for a moment and talk about what is actually in those files. First, the basics. The U.S. Department of Justice released millions of pages tied to Jeffrey Epstein. This included documents, emails, tips sent to the FBI, photos, videos, and investigative notes. Important detail: not everything in this release is proven evidence. A huge portion comes from public tip line. That means anyone could submit anything. Real leads, rumors, speculation, even completely fake claims. The Justice Department openly warned about this. They said the material includes unverified and sometimes false submissions. So what did investigators actually confirm? They confirmed Epstein sexually abused underage girls. That part is not in dispute. Federal investigators documented a pattern of grooming, trafficking, and exploitation involving minors. Multiple victims came forward. Financial records supported travel and recruitment networks. Witness testimony matched physical evidence. That is the core crime. That is the real horror. Now about the viral claims: human sacrifice, cannibalism, eating babies. Those phrases appear in the files because people reported them. Tips were logged. Allegations were recorded. Investigators reviewed them. But here's the key point: no credible evidence supporting those claims has been found in the released records. Journalists at Associated Press reviewed internal investigative summaries. They report that agents followed up on extreme allegations and could not verify them. Fact-checkers at Snopes reached the same conclusion: these claims exist as references and accusations, not as proven events. In other words, people told the FBI some very dark things. That does not mean those things happened. It means they were reported. There is a massive difference. The Justice Department itself emphasized this. They said the release contains raw material, including false or sensational claims, because transparency laws require disclosure even when information is unsubstantiated. So why does it feel bigger now? Because this is the first time so much raw investigative material has been dumped at once. Social media thrives on the most shocking parts. Context disappears. Speculation fills the gaps. What is happening internationally is more concrete. After reviewing the documents, experts connected to the United Nations called for an independent investigation into what they described as a possible transnational trafficking network. France has opened new probes into human trafficking and financial crimes tied to Epstein. That matters. Those are real legal actions based on documented connections, not internet rumors. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Epstein did horrific things. Young girls were abused. Powerful people enabled him. Money and influence shielded him for years. That alone should outrage everyone. We do not need supernatural stories to understand how evil this already was. The danger of focusing on ritual sacrifice or cannibalism narratives is that it distracts from the real victims and the real crimes. It turns a documented trafficking operation into a conspiracy circus, and that helps nobody except the people who want accountability to fade away. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this: the files show a massive abuse operation. They show failures by institutions. They show how money protected a predator. They do not prove baby-eating cults. They do not confirm ritual sacrifice. Those claims come from unverified tips, not corroborated evidence. Justice for the victims comes from facts, prosecutions, and exposure, not from viral horror stories. Stay grounded, follow the evidence, and never forget that behind every document in those files is a real person who was hurt. That part is already bad enough.